Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum and the fact that on the day it's up approximately 8% against Bitcoin. I would say let's be cautiously optimistic. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. If you guys like the content, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. We've discussed this Ethereum valuation against Bitcoin for a while and the fact that we don't know exactly when it will turn around, but oftentimes if Bitcoin has a major move, and then it corrects, and then it bounces, ideally above the 20-day, but it doesn't have to be above the 20-day, then Ethereum can start to move. And in fact, for the price of Bitcoin, we saw it move up, it correct, it have a bounce, but it hasn't gone into price discovery mode. Ideally for Ethereum, I would like the valuation of Bitcoin to be up here, but I also do think that Bitcoin can rally even if the valuation of Bitcoin does not go to those levels. So if you look at and of course it can. I mean, look at it. It's already up 8% on the day. So that's proof enough, or this is on the week, I guess, but it's also on the day up approximately 8%. So that's proof enough, I think, that Ethereum can rally against Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin is below the 20-day moving average. We've essentially, at this point, we've wiped away all the gains or all the losses from the prior week. So we started the prior week at 0.0336. We ended the week at 0.0299, and then now we're all the way back up right now at 0.0338. So we've moved up relatively quickly, and one thing to keep an eye on, I know everyone's getting ahead of ourselves because we think this is it. It could be, let's be cautiously optimistic. One thing to keep an eye on, I would say, is Bitcoin got rejected more or less at the 20-day. It did close above it one day, but it instantly came back down the next day. So we didn't really have a decisive move above it way back up here. We were saying 52 to 53K would be ideal. So it got rejected. Ethereum is also at the 20-day moving average. So let's look to see if Ethereum can break above the 20-day moving average. The 20-day moving average right now is at 1664. So if we can break above it, I think this would be very bullish for Ethereum if we can start moving up relatively quickly. Okay, so let's keep an eye on these things. One thing to consider is what would be a theoretical target if things start moving relatively quickly? Well, if the valuation of Ethereum were to come back up here and the price of Bitcoin were to stay constant, then we could be headed for an Ether Bitcoin valuation of approximately 0.05 or maybe even a little bit higher. If it goes to 0.05, we know that 0.05 is 1/20th of the price of Bitcoin. Let's suppose that the price of Bitcoin stays at 49K, or let's say 48K, 1/10 of that or 1/20th of that would be $2,400. So if let's say, if Bitcoin's at 50K, then it would be $2,500. So if the valuation of Bitcoin were to be, say, at 50K and the Ether Bitcoin valuation were to make a major move through, say, March or April back up to this region up here, we could be looking at, in fact, a $2,400, $2,500 Ethereum. And this would represent a pretty sizable move from our current valuation. In fact, from the current valuation at 1600, I mean, it's moving up even as I make this video. Now it's at 1661, right at the 20-day moving average. So if it were to move up to let's say it moved up to $2,500, this would be a 50% gain that could be headed our way if, in fact, the Ether Bitcoin valuation is able to navigate back to the top of this channel, which is what ideally we would want to see. Okay, one step at a time. We need to bypass 0.034 first. We need to get past the 20-day moving average first. But these are the things that I'm looking at. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. Keep an eye on Ethereum. This is not yet, I don't think this is not yet the Ethereum tsunami, but it doesn't mean it's not the beginning of one, where we systematically move up day over day over day. So cautiously optimistic, I think, is the name of the game. Patience will ultimately win out in these types of markets, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Let's see if we can watch Ethereum go back to 2K in the short term and go to new highs. Remember, we have the premium list, Altcoin season sale. If you want to sign up for that, check out the description below. We're going to leave the sale open for about 8 more days. So if you want to lock in the lower rate and be a part of that community, you get access to the weekly reports and videos, the Telegram alerts channel, the Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, the trading view indicators, and more. Check it out, sign up, lock in the lower rate. You can keep it as long as you don't cancel, and you can use it for the duration of the market cycle. It's a great community. I think you'll like it if you like my channel. So I think that'll wrap it up. Let's see where Ethereum takes us. We know that Ethereum is here to stay, and it's not going anywhere. Well, we'll let the narratives on some altcoins play out every once in a while, but Ethereum is the backbone to cryptocurrency, in my opinion, and it will put in good returns. It already has, and I think it will continue to put in good returns for the duration of the market cycle. Thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to the channel to follow along with this theoretical Ethereum tsunami that I keep talking about, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.